Hi everyone, Cherie here. Today I'm going to be doing a pocket page spread featuring the journaling cards from the new Amanda Kit from Felicity Jane. I've chosen 4 of my favourites, you can see those here, and I think this rainbow one is my absolute favourite out of all of these. What I'm thinking about doing for this card is hand stitching just one line of stitching down each of these rainbow bands, and I have chosen some DMC embroidery threads. These are just out of my stash. I've had these for years. So I thought I'd just run through the numbers for those in case you were interested in doing a little bit of hand stitching yourself. So this one here is 3779. Then I've got 928, 3768 and 729, and they seem to match the colours in the kit pretty well. So that's my plan for that card. For my journaling, I'm going to use this pink card here with the lines on it, and I have actually printed my journaling out onto some vellum. So to do that, I've printed it out onto plain paper first, then I use washi tape just to add that vellum over the top and run it through the printer again, and that's printed perfectly onto that vellum. So I will trim that down and then use it on top of this card, and I love by using the vellum that you can still see those lines on the card there. These other 2 cards, I'm planning on decorating those with some die cuts and perhaps some stamps. I do have the Amanda stamp set here ready to use. I've got 4 photos chosen, just some photos that we took here at home. So I think I'm ready to get started. I'll pop you on fast forward and get right into it. Okay, so to start off with, I'm actually going to pierce the holes in this rainbow card. So I'm just using my paper piercer, working my way along, and now I'm going to do just a back stitch along each of these rainbow bands. So just taking my time. I've just got 1 strand of embroidery floss doubled over. Give you a closer look at that. Okay, so you'll see here it is now all complete, and I'm really loving how it looks, so I'm really happy I've done that. So now to finish this card off, I'm just going to add this little chipboard label. This is from the chipboard bits pack in the Amanda Kit. So just sticking that down in that bottom corner, and then I've got that Today die cut piece which I'm going to stick on top of that. So just centering that on the label as best I can, and that card is complete. Alright, so next up I'm going to work on the journaling. So I'm just removing it from that printed paper, just getting rid of that washi tape. And now I'm just deciding, I did think I was going to cut that vellum into a tag shape, but now looking at how it fits onto the card, I'm just going to trim it down into a rectangular shape to fit inside the rectangle on that card. So just using my trimmer, I'll trim that one down. Okay, so that's done. I'm now looking at stamping the word family time. I was going to stamp it directly onto the vellum, but decided to do it onto some white cardstock instead, just to add another layer to that card. So I'm just stamping it a couple of times on that white cardstock. I do apologise, it's a little bit off camera there. But I've done it twice just so that I can use the best stamped image. So just cutting those ones out. Okay, so that's sort of how this card is going. Just adding that title at the top there, just trimming it down just a little bit. Okay, so now I can look at sticking these bits onto that card. Just another little bit I need to trim off that end. So I'm just reaching for my vellum adhesive. I just want to add a little bit of adhesive just to stick it into place on the card, and I will be adding some stitching to this shortly. So I just wanted to stay in place. I'm also going to add that family time piece on the top as well. And I'm going to use my sewing machine to stitch across that family time piece and across the top and bottom of the vellum, and I'll also stitch onto those other 2 cards that I haven't touched yet. So just trimming those threads off, and I'll give you a closer look at the stitching I've added there. I've gone around that dotty card and the play card as well. So all of them have that stitched element on those. Okay, so just looking at what I can do next, I'm going to work on this polka dot card, and I've got that die cut to go on there, and I'm also going to add the phrase sunny days from the Amanda stamp set. So I'm going to just test it out onto some scrap cardstock first off, just so I can make sure it's stamping nice and crisply. And now I can go straight onto the card, just hoping for the best here. And it looks pretty good, so I'm going to go with it, and then all I need to do for this card is add that floral die cut. And that's got some foam squares behind it just to add a little bit of dimension. So this last card, the play card, I'm going to add this label across there. That's from the die cuts pack. And I want to add the word handball because that's what my family was playing in the photos that I'm about to add. So I'm just stitching across that, just one line of stitching just to add a little bit more texture there. Just trim those threads off. And now I'm going to use these mini puffy alphabet stickers. These were from the Lola kit and they are still available in the store. They're really handy to have in your stash. So I'm just going to place those across there, and to finish off that card I've just added that little die cut star at the bottom. Alright, so now I'm going to lay these all out, and I will grab my photos as well and get those into place. And I'm just going to add a couple of things to the photos. I'm using the Catherine puffy stickers here, just adding the words good times at the top of that photo and love this at the bottom of that chalk art photo. So a couple more things. I'm just going to add this black mini wide paper clip to the top of that family time card and the date. So I'll give you a closer look at how these cards have turned out. Really loving that rainbow stitched card. There's my journaling with the date now stamped on it. I've got that floral sunny days card there with that polka dot card, and the play card. So you can have a closer look at that handball word. I've used a mix of upper and lower case in that word. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I've put this one together today. I hope I've given you a few ideas that you could use on your journaling cards. So I'll leave a link down below to Felicity Jane if you'd like to go and check out these goodies for yourself. And I'll see you again soon with another Amanda Kit project. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye for now.